Hello and welcome to County Armagh for the second motorcycle road race of the year, the Tandragee 100. The season got underway in spectacular fashion at Cookstown a week ago. Then we're away. Getting a little bit messy further behind. Here comes Derek McGee to take the checker flag, and he makes it look easy. An impressive start to the season for Derek McGee. The event is in its 59th year. It's one of the riders' favourites, and the circuit always provides sensational racing and is perfect preparation for the first international race of the year, the Northwest 200. It's a fast-flowing 5.3-mile layout, regarded by many as the best national venue in Ireland, with its fast-flowing bends, quick straights and tight corners. The course, which undulates through the countryside, is described as a mini TT. No doubt Derek McGee will be the man to beat again today. He was man of the meeting here last year. In 2018, McGee won 3 Irish championships and was crowned the National Road Racer of the Year. He's in pole position in 3 classes.
Went out for Super Sport, qualified pole and that, and just felt nice and steady in that, but conditions just weren't the best. It was a wee bit cold and windy out, so times are back a little bit, but still happy overall. And what's out with the big bike, kind of same there as well. We got pole, but really happy with the bike and kind of felt fairly comfortable. It's one of my favourite circuits. It's like a mini TT nearly, and there's a bit of everything in it, and it's a good long lap as well.
McGee's biggest challenge may come from Dublin's Derek Shields, riding for the Northern Ireland-based John Burrows team.
Happy enough, we'll see what the race brings, you know, and Derek's obviously on pole for both races, but sure, we'll push on and we'll try and tie in with him and get a bit of a ding dong going. It's brilliant, it's fantastic. It's such a flowing circuit. It's got everything you want, like jumps, slow corners, fast corners, rises, blind corners, you name it, it has it. Like, so it's exhilarating to say the least.
Tobermore's Adam McLean is quickest in Super Twin and another threat to McGee's dominance.
We know he's been here since last year, so it takes a lap or two to get dialed in, but no, happy enough for on the front row for the 600 pole in the Super Twin and 4th in the Superbike, so we're thereabouts, and today's the day that counts, so hopefully we can give it a good go this morning.
Michael Sweeney from Skerries is confident of mixing it at the front, but finding some difficulties on the circuit.
The stones are a little bit of a problem at the minute. They resurfaced the road for a good section of the course, and even in qualifying, there's just the gravel, it's coming loose on the ground, the stones, and they've just been shot at us if there's a bike in front of us. So the race is going to be, we're full of bruises, everything, bikes are a few stone chips, but I think come the race when we're all closer together, it's going to be a little bit of a problem, I think.
And Thomas Maxwell has had an excellent qualifying.
I'm in a good position now today. I'll sit in behind the lads and try and learn as much as I can. So that's a good start now. Really looking forward to the rest today now. Hopefully it stays dry.
Just some of the 300 riders entered in this prestigious event. And one of the biggest names in road racing is also here. Guy Martin will take part in the classic race. We'll see him in action later. Time now, though, for the first race of the day, the Supersport class. Conditions are good for the first race of the day. The temperature's a little bit cold, but it's about to warm up with the Supersport bikes unleashed onto the circuit. It looks like a good start from the middle of the front row for Derek Shields, but Derek McGee will sweep ahead in front. Adam McLean in 3rd position. Michael Sweeney just up into 4th place ahead of Mike Brown, as Adam McLean inside Derek Shields to go into 2nd place. He has Derek McGee as his target. We are racing. Michael Sweeney 4th, just breaking away from Mike Brown. But it is Derek McGee who sealed pole by 3 seconds from Derek Shields on the Roadhouse Macau Yamaha. Here's another look at the start, courtesy of Adam McLean, and it's a tough spot from the outside of the front row as you find yourself on the outside of the road going into the first turn, which is exactly what happens to McLean. And he finds himself in 3rd, however, he's able to power his way inside going into the left-hand kink. Adam McLean, third fastest. Winner last time out at Cookstown on the 600s, of course. His only victory last week. But Adam McLean at the moment following behind Derek McGee. Derek McGee looks like he's a fair distance ahead. It's just the way the onboard camera works. There is literally nothing between them. I'd say less than a second at this point. Still no sign of Derek Shields coming through from third place. Just watch that front suspension, those forks, the upside down forks working as they deal with the bumps. And it is a real roller coaster of a ride around the Tandragee circuit, the mini TT it's known as. Lou McGee from McLean, Shields in third, Sweeney in fourth, a gap back to Mike Brown in fifth place, and then a gap back to sixth. The likes of Stephen Proctor, Kevin Fitzpatrick, Darren Cooper. But we're back on board with Adam McLean. 5 more laps after this, so he won't be panicking just yet. He just needs to make sure Derek McGee doesn't disappear off into the distance. And already on this opening lap, big gaps opening between the top 5 and a big gap back to 6th place. Back on board with McLean will be coming down to Bell's Crossroads. Many races have been won and lost at that part of the circuit. This track nearly 5.5 miles in length. It's the longest national event on the calendar. A little bit of a wobble from McLean. My goodness me, the gap that McLean and McGee have pulled out as they go through the crossroads. McGee with a little look behind. And that may just give McLean the momentum. And McLean takes over. No, he doesn't. McGee just sweeps back in. I thought maybe that McGee's momentum might have been held up slightly by the fact that he turned around to see what was going on behind, whereas Adam McLean managed to keep the throttle open. So the end of lap 1, it's McGee from McLean. Shields back in third, Sweeney fourth, Mike Brown in fifth. This could well be a gripping, enthralling battle for Supersport honours. Well, McLean, as I suggested, did not want to let Derek McGee shoot off into the distance. That's exactly what he's doing. He's sitting right on his shoulder, riding practically in his wheel tracks. They are pulling away, and poor old Derek Shields, all he can do is just watch these two disappear off into the distance at Tandragee. This is out the part of the circuit where the track really goes up and down. How big was that left-hand bend then? It was probably about 3 bends all made into one. McLean back on the power. McGee aboard the B&W backed ZX 6R Kawasaki. Less than half a second covering them as they cross the line at the end of lap 1. They're coming down to this right-hand turn. Castle corner. And it's Derek McGee, man of the meeting at Cookstown a week ago against Adam McLean. Shields set a fastest lap of 105.2 miles an hour in qualifying on his Kawasaki as his knee just grazes the hedge. This is where the circuit really narrows. They get airborne as well. I remember a cracking battle between Ryan Farquhar and Keith Moore down through that section a few years ago. We could be on for a repeat here today at Tandragee. McLean certainly with the speed. He's hassling. He continues to menace Derek McGee, the race leader. And I just wonder whether Adam McLean, a little bit of frustration might start creeping in if he can't find his way past Derek McGee soon. He keeps trying to show him his front wheel. So on the brakes. McLean the long way around. He'll have to just sit in tight behind McGee, but if he can get on the power now, and he can. Now, we saw this earlier, but this looks much better from McLean this time. Oh, he's ahead. He's got over to the left-hand side, so Adam McLean takes over at the front at the start of lap 3. It's Adam McLean ahead of Derek McGee, but can Derek McGee hit back straight away? No, he'll tuck him behind the McAdoo Kawasaki Racing rider. Big gap back to Shields in third, but it is game on between these two. Now then, are we going to watch Adam McLean disappear off? Riding with Michael Sweeney, and watch as the bike flicks right and then left. Here comes McGee. This would be some move if he can pull this one off. They're side by side. Oh, he's in the lead again. McGee leads. Derek McGee, and maybe Adam McLean just glancing behind, just took his eye off the ball. Oh, and through he goes again. My goodness, what a cracking start this is to a day's racing at Tandragee. Adam McLean back in front from Derek McGee. And here we go yet again, launching themselves across the Northern Irish countryside. These couple of jumps coming up here, this one and the one about to come, this one now. Whoa, wonderful. We switch back to Derek Shields and just watch as the countryside flies by in a blur. Incredible speeds on such narrow country roads. It is such a fast circuit, but here goes McGee again. Oh, maybe he does have straight line speed over McLean, but then he has to slow in time. Now, McLean appeared in front last time. Is he going to this time? No, McGee holding on, so McGee still leads, but McLean might try. I was going to suggest he might chance his arm on the brakes. So into Castle Corner they go, and Derek McGee back in the lead. Adam McLean in second place. Now, only once in, I've not been here every year, but certainly I remember Keith Moore and Ryan Farquhar battling along here, and Farquhar going past Keith Moore when you would not imagine it was possible to make an overtaking manoeuvre. But certainly Ryan Farquhar did it to Keith Moore. It doesn't look like Adam McLean is doing it to Derek McGee, not on this occasion anyway. I can't believe this. What a race this is to start the day. Shields still back in third place. Mike Sweeney is fourth. Mike Brown in fifth. But just keeping an eye. Adam McLean is right behind Derek McGee. He might chance his arm into the crossroads again. Here he comes. He's closing, he's closing, he's closing, but not close enough. But it's all about the exit speed. He has to time this right into the right-hand turn. He's going the long way around, but he might just tuck in. Oh, they've almost touched, and McLean wants this one, doesn't he? Adam McLean pushes ahead of Derek McGee, so McLean's name will lead at the end of this lap as well. Well, that is food for thought, isn't it, as McGee hits back. Derek McGee past Adam McLean. Wow, I've lost count now how many times the leaders swapped hands. But Derek McGee ahead of Adam McLean, although he knows the real danger is going to be into Bell's Crossroads at the end of the final lap. He knows that he has to make sure McLean doesn't power his way past. But certainly McGee seems to have just a little bit more straight line speed than Adam McLean, if the last couple of laps have anything to go by. McGee will be feeling confident, McLean will be feeling confident. Further back, Stephen Proctor, Kevin Fitzpatrick, Darren Cooper, James Chalk, Mike Norbury, all looking for top 10 finishes. But the focus, and quite rightly, is on these front two. Derek McGee in the lead, Adam McLean in second place, Derek Shields a little bit further back in third place. McLean certainly able to stay with McGee. This is the approach to Castle Corner as the front wheels go light yet again. And this is on the 600s. Imagine what it's going to be like for the Superbike race, which is coming to you later. So they start to slow for this right-hand turn. McGee's got it covered as long as he turns in time, which he does. Adam McLean very animated behind. And I think McLean will be happy just to sit behind Derek McGee. He knows he can certainly make a move at Bell's Crossroads. A little bit of movement in the back wheel of Derek McGee. As again, the forks just keep going up and down, up and down, up and down. Derek McGee, no matter how hard he tries, cannot shake off Adam McLean. And Adam McLean, who got the better of McGee in last week's 600 race at Cookstown, looking to do the same again here at Tandragee. So then, this is it. What has McGee got in answer to McLean? He's just going to have to try and get to the right-hand turn ahead of him. But certainly McLean is close enough. Here they go. So McGee's got to cover this one. McLean not close as he was last time, but he's carrying lots of speed, lots of corner speed, and here they go. And it's a win for Derek McGee. Adam McLean not quite close enough. Wow, what a great way to start the day here at Tandragee. The victory goes to Derek McGee, Adam McLean in second. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was wonderful. So Stephen Proctor in sixth place behind Mike Brown, Michael Sweeney fourth, Derek Shields third, McLean just behind race winner Derek McGee.
Great race to be involved in, and Adam was hard work on that one, so kind of got the lead off the start and I knew he was with me, so I came by, so I said I'd follow for a few laps to see where he's strong and see with a bit of an advantage, so kind of waited for 2 laps to go and got ahead and just protected all the lines into the last corner.
I thought I could have done it down into that last road end, but I held the tighter lane, so I thought I could try the outside, but just it didn't happen. But no, fair play.
Welcome back to Northern Ireland. We're all set then for the first Superbike action of the day at Tandragee. Derek McGee in pole position, alongside him Derek Shields. Michael Sweeney, third quickest in qualifying. He's on the front row. It's Shields, I think, is going to get to the whole shot. It is, and McGee's gone back with Sweeney in second. McLean is into fourth place on the McAdoo Kawasaki. Not sure who that was in fifth place, whether it was Sean Anderson. Oh! And is that Sweeney that's gone through? It is, but Shields hits back. Derek Shields back into first place. What a cracking start to this opening Superbike race of the day. Oh my goodness, and McGee this time goes through into first place. So they're chopping and changing on the opening lap, 6 in all. So it's McGee on the Superstock bike, Shields on the Superbike, Sweeney on the Superstock in third. And Derek McGee, third off the line. He saw Shields and Sweeney go past, but it didn't take long for him to make his way up from third into first place, and he's setting the pace out front right now. So it's Derek McGee from Derek Shields. Oh, and a big wobble from Derek McGee. The machine just squirming beneath him, even though the sun is shining. Oh, here comes Shields. Shields on the power. They're side by side, and Shields has got the inside line, has he? No! Derek McGee with the power. Just a little bit more power than Derek Shields on the Suzuki. Derek McGee qualified fastest. He was 2.2 seconds quicker than Derek Shields in qualifying. McLean into third ahead of Sweeney. And it looked as if it was Sean Anderson on Noah Williams' BMW that was back in fifth place. We're now riding with the race lead. I was going to say earlier that the sun's shining, but the temperature is still quite cold, so the ground is not that warm. So we could see a little bit of movement in the tyres on this opening lap, as we saw with Derek McGee. So he slows then for the turn. McGee from Shields, Adam McLean doing his utmost to stay with them. The Bells Crossroads, here they come. And that gap has increased between McGee and Shields, but the gap between Shields and McLean has closed right down. Derek McGee takes another look behind to see what's going on. If he is getting any boards, it will be saying +0. Their front wheels go light. Adam McLean took both wheels off the ground then. He's been doing that. I don't think he did it on the previous lap, but he certainly did on the lap before, I think. So here goes Shields again. Marlaku perhaps, if he can close in. Oh, heavy landing for McGee. Back wheel moving around. Certainly heating those tyres now. They're coming up then to the right-hander at Marlaku. Shields up the inside. Oh, big move from Shields, and he's made it stick as well. So, Derek Shields leads. Now then, what has Derek McGee got in terms of speed? I've been suggesting that perhaps he's on a quicker bike than the Suzuki of Derek Shields, and we're about to find out, I would suspect, because here is McGee, if he's keen on taking that position back straight away. Shields is making it very hard for him. How much time on the left-hand side of that tyre does Derek Shields spend there going around at that speed? Now back on the gas. This is fast territory at Tandragee. Here comes Derek McGee on Derek Shields. And he has the power. So McGee on the Kawasaki, the Superstock Kawasaki, quicker than the Superbike Suzuki, but the Superbike Suzuki might just have it on the brakes, but no, not this time. And Adam McLean with the best seat in the house, watching those two dueling just ahead of him. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, we're on lap 4 of 6. It's a little bit of a game of chess between these two, although I would say perhaps, or if it was a card game, I think McGee's got the better hand at the moment. However, we saw Shields going up the inside of McGee at Marlaku, and if he can do the same at Bells Crossroads, because it is just a few yards to the finish line from there, if he can get him on the brakes, then he'll give himself a chance. Here he goes again. I don't think he'll get it. Oh my goodness me, how close do you have to be? I don't know whether McGee is aware of how close Derek Shields was to him there. Derek Shields certainly was, and here goes Shields again. My goodness, he certainly is a trier. But McGee, a little squirt of power of the ZX-10. So then, this is 4 laps completed. McGee just with Shields on the left-hand side this time. He's always been on the right before. The penultimate lap of the race. No move from Shields this time. But he's going to try and get on the power out of the turn of the exit. He's trying to carry that speed out. And here he goes, Derek Shields up the inside of Derek McGee. He'll do well to keep McGee back though. He's got to make himself big. He's got to work as hard as he can to make sure he doesn't let McGee go past on what I would suggest is a slightly quicker Kawasaki. Adam McLean, he could do with Adam McLean coming into second place right now, Derek Shields, because that would hold up McGee. But that would be a big ask as well. However, Adam McLean's also on a Superstock Kawasaki as well. Now then, is this the moment McGee hits back? Shields has got him in front of him again. Derek McGee goes through and they're about to slow for the right-hand turn. So Derek McGee from Derek Shields. There's another lap to go after this one. Shields trying for it, but he won't get through here. Lap 6. And traffic up ahead. Traffic up ahead. That was, I think, John Gormley, number 39, just ahead of them. Now where, oh, and Shields goes through. Shields makes it, but I don't think Gormley knows they're there. Oh my goodness me. Gormley doesn't know they're there. He's going to get a shock any moment now. Right now, there goes Shields through. I would imagine McGee has followed suit as well. Oh my goodness me. That has worked very well for Derek Shields. Derek McGee is going to have to come up with something, and it is so narrow through here. So narrow. Shields will be looking huge to Derek McGee right now. It might have to be a move on the brakes. He's got a very good opportunity coming up to power his way past. The checkered flag is on its way. Can McGee find his way through on Derek Shields? We're riding with the race leader. Will he be the race winner? McGee could try his hand on the brakes into the crossroads, the right-hand turn. Derek Shields must be dreading seeing McGee come through now. The road is quite open. McGee could make a pass, but here it is. Oh, it's going to be Shields, I think, unless McGee can carry speed in, or Shields messes it all up. But Derek Shields has got it planted. It's Derek Shields who takes victory in the open race from Derek McGee. Another corker here at the Tandragee 100. Wow, time to get my breath back. So this is how they finished. Thomas Maxwell in 6th, Sean Anderson 5th, Michael Sweeney 4th, Adam McLean 3rd, Derek McGee 2nd, and Derek Shields the winner.
Yeah, it was fantastic. You know, myself and Derek were passing a lot more than you'd see here. And we were literally swapping. It felt like every corner, but it probably wasn't. But it was good, clean. There was no harsh moves pulled. You know, it was good, clean racing. I really enjoyed it.
There's a huge crowd at this year's Tandragee 100, basking in the sunshine, enjoying an entertaining day's racing, and plenty of road race fans have come out to see one of the biggest names in the sport. Guy Martin has come back to Northern Ireland to make a rare racing appearance in the classic event. John Pemberton began the classic race in pole position with Mark Parrott and Richard Ford for company on the front row. Guy Martin on his BSA Rocket was on row 3, but quickly moved up through the order. Barry Davidson also enjoyed a good start to go from row 2 to number 1 on the leaderboard on the opening lap. The last time Guy Martin raced a motorbike was here at Tandragee exactly 2 years ago in his ill-fated Honda comeback. Martin was soon up to 2nd overall as he split the Nortons of Richard Ford on the 920 and the 500 of Dean Stimpson. He remained 2nd on the overall leaderboard, but led the 1000cc class, having passed Ford, who dropped from 1st to 3rd as they approached the checkered flag. Class wins for Dean Stimpson and Guy Martin, plus Barry Davidson in 350, and a 250 victory for Brian Mattia.
Yeah, absolutely loved it, yeah.
And how nice to beat a big name like Guy Martin as well, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable, especially on the roads as well. Yeah, I can't believe it. Yeah.
Welcome back to Northern Ireland, and next it's the Super Twins, one of the most competitive classes. So far today, the two Derricks, Shields and McGee, have shared the race wins, but Adam McLean is in pole position for this one. Can he break the Derrick dominance? We're just about ready then, with Adam McLean in pole position, alongside him Derek McGee and Michael Sweeney completing the front row, and it looks like a storming start from McGee. It is McGee who will lead unless McLean can hit back. Sweeney into 3rd, Neil Kernahan ahead of Stephen McKnight for 4th. So Derek McGee in search of what would be his second win of the day so far at Tandragee. We're riding on board with Michael Sweeney in third place, hounding Adam McLean. But they want to work together and make sure McGee doesn't break away on this opening lap of 6. Marlaku and the Fun Boy 3 breaking away out front. McLean looking to get good speed out of the turn. McGee with a glance over his shoulder to see who it is that is following him. I don't think he'll be surprised to see McLean there. But McGee just trying to power his twin ahead of Adam McLean, but he can't shake him off. Michael Sweeney still very much in the picture, in third place on this opening lap. And already the gap back to the likes of Stephen McKnight and Neil Kernahan is quite big. Paul Gartland is just inside the top 10 at present. Some nice styles on the drop down. It is very much a three-way fight. Now this is the moment Michael Sweeney just gets himself ahead of Adam McLean, but not for long. McLean just bursts ahead of him. And again, Adam McLean putting down black rubber as he scrubs off the speed for the right-hand turn. So they begin lap 2. It's McGee from McLean, from Sweeney. Sweeney doing his utmost to stay in touch if he can, but he just seems to be a shade off the pace of the two men in front of him. This is Anthony McColgan. So McGee, once again, nice and neat. McLean just making all sorts of shapes behind him. McLean again looking for good exit speed. Sweeney still very much in the picture here. Just takes a mistake by one of the two guys in front of him to allow him to come back in. He may just be content just to sit and watch for the moment. McGee took the win at Cookstown in the Super Twins last week. But McLean was the fastest in qualifying as the twin shakes through this spectacular part of the Tandragee circuit. Back wheel just kisses the outside of the track, almost onto the grass, but back on the power, and a little bit of a gap. A little bit of a bigger gap this time than we saw on the previous lap. As they say, the eyes have it. This is a much bigger gap, I should say, on this lap from Derek McGee. The McGee crosses the line to begin lap number 3. He really is opening a gap, and an even bigger one from second to third back to Michael Sweeney. What has McLean got in terms of a response to the questions that are being asked by Derek McGee? This is where McLean likes to try and close up if he can on the brakes. Trying to scrub down that trouble. There's McGee with a little mistake there, and that's allowed McLean to close right in. I don't know whether McGee had the wrong gear or just messed up the corner. He's back on the power now, but that has closed things right back up again between the top two. Here's Neil Kernahan looking good for a top 6 finish. It is McGee versus McLean. Sweeney in a distant third place now. That's who we ride with. All Sweeney can do is try to keep the two riders in front of him in his sights. It's amazing how much the track goes up and down through this part of the circuit. McGee not so close to the grass this time, but continues to lead this race from Adam McLean. McLean, big moment from him, again scribbling it off, putting more rubber down on the road. He really is trying. So lap 4 of 6, McLean hot in pursuit of Derek Magee. Now watch this as he hops, skips and jumps his way into Bell's Crossroads. I think that's his black rubber from the previous laps that he's gone over as well. Back on the power for Adam McLean. Oh, big, oh, McLean's off! Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. There was movement in the front of McLean's Kawasaki. Magee will be wondering what's happening to him. We're on board with Michael Sweeney. That puts Sweeney up into second place now, of course. And Derek Magee coming in. Oh, and that's the reason why he's going slow. The red flag is out, no wonder. So this is the moment again that Adam McLean, the movement in the front wheel, throws him to the other side of the road, and let's hope he's okay. So this is how the race finishes then. 3 laps declared. Derek Magee is first. Adam McLean, because he caused the red flag, is not on the leaderboard. Michael Sweeney takes second, with Neil Kernahan in third.
Good race there, Adam, and good to get the win. So just hope everyone's all right in that incident there, and happy with that.
Welcome back to the Tandragee 100 in Northern Ireland. Here we go then, Superbikes for the final time today at Tandragee. A spot on the second row where Adam McLean should have been, but it's Derek Magee and Derek Shields with Michael Sweeney very much involved on this opening lap. Oh, Magee, little bit of movement. And was that Thomas Maxwell? It is Thomas Maxwell, bike 5. He just looked as if he might have been sneaking into third place ahead of Sweeney, but he's back in fourth place. So it's Magee from Shields. Shields the winner of the first Superbike race here in Tandragee earlier today. Sweeney in third. We're back with Derek Shields in second place. He missed out in victory in the big final at Cookstown a week ago. That was in a shortened race. Well, I think as we expect, or expected, it is Magee, Shields and Sweeney breaking away at the front. A little bit of a gap back to Thomas Maxwell. We are riding with the race leader. Derek Magee looking for what would be his 4th win today. He's tasted victory in the Super Twins, the Super Sport and the Moto 3. Can he add a Superbike win to that tally? Derek Shields, of course, beat Magee in the earlier Superbike race. Into the crossroads they come. And that's a handy little lead for Derek Magee to have over Derek Shields on this opening lap. Big gap back to 4th place. Michael Sweeney, of course, yet to taste victory so far this season. Found himself on the podium at Cookstown. He's on the podium, or he's been on the podium as well at Tandragee. Can he get another one or even go better and take the win? This is on board with number 16, Mike Brown. He's battling away with Sean Anderson and Thomas Maxwell. Oh, Derek Shields, good speed from him. In fact, I think perhaps Magee might have held him up on the exit of the corner. Now this is Derek Shields' teammate, Tom Whedon. Not quite got the power or the straight line speed to make a move, but may be able to do something on the brakes. So this is on board with Magee. The ZX-10RR Kawasaki. So there is Tom Whedon on bike 77. So then another lap begins. It's Magee from Shields from Sweeney. Still nothing in it, although you can feel the tension between these three. It's so close between them. Shields in second place. And Tandragee, the circuit, plenty of overtaking opportunities. And here is one of them. Sweeney looking to close in on Shields if he can. Although sometimes what you gain going into a corner, you can lose on the exit. On board with number 5, Thomas Maxwell. Back on the power. Shields weaving around behind Derek McGee, looking to apply the pressure, letting his rival know that he's there. He's menacing, he's threatening. Keeping a tight hold of Derek McGee's collar, he's not letting go. McGee taking it from edge to edge, or should that be hedge to hedge? Sweeney perhaps not quite staying with these two now, he's just losing a little bit of time. McGee just doesn't seem to carry the corner speed that Shields does. I mean, we're talking maybe 1-2 miles an hour. But certainly McGee, very difficult to pass. Thomas Maxwell in 4th place, battling away with Sean Anderson and Mike Brown. James Chalk's also going well, so too Paul Williams. Stephen Proctor and Neil Kernahan. Shields up the inside, no, oh, he's done it, and he's turned it in time. A stunning move from Derek Shields. He said enough was enough. He was sick of following Derek McGee around, and now he's going to start setting the pace out from. What response will we see from Derek McGee? Well, this is the replay. Up goes Derek Shields. I just thought perhaps he might have to back off because he wouldn't be able to turn it in time. It's so tight on that right-hand corner. Shields has got this one covered, I believe. Turns it in. So Derek Shields leads from Derek McGee. Shields looking for his 2nd Superbike win of the day at Tandragee. He was disappointed not to have taken 2 at Cookstown, but McGee's fighting back, and McGee just squirts past him. Wow. So this is starting the lap on board with Derek McGee. They flick to the right, and as they come up towards the left, just gets on the power and is able to pass Derek Shields and retake the lead. Game on. Well, McGee keeps it covered this time. No gaps for Shields to exploit. And Michael Sweeney still very much in the picture in 3rd place. I thought he was dropping away, but he's managed to close back in again. So then, it's boom or bust for Derek Shields. He's got to find something. Derek McGee is going to take the checkered flag at Tandragee. He's going to take the spoils. It's victory for Derek McGee. He's 4th of the day. Derek Shields is 2nd. Less than a second covering the top 3 at the end of that one. Thomas Maxwell 4th, Sean Anderson 5th, Mike Brown 6th, but it's Sweeney, Shields and McGee the winner.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. Just to be part of that, and fair play to Derek. He's just kept me honest the whole way, and he kept by me in the brakes out the back, so I just followed him for late and got a bit of a better run on to the last lap and just nipped by him here in the 1st corner, so just enough to keep him behind.
I passed him in the 2nd to last lap, and then he got me up at the 1st left-hander. So the rest is history, you know. You got to the line first, fair play, good clean racing all day, really enjoyed it.
Here comes McGee. No, they've almost touched.